guys, it's Jordan and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about all of my plans for November. I cannot believe it is already November. Where the fudge did this year go? So let's just go ahead and talk about the books that I plan to read this month. So firstly, I have two books that are carrying over from October. The first one is Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. I started this on audiobook last month in October for Spookathon and didn't quite finish it. So I do plan to finish listening to this in the month of November. This is the second book in the Diviner series. It's amazing. Like, what can I say? People say to listen to this on audio for a reason. Needless to say, I'm very much enjoying this audiobook and I plan to finish this within the next couple of days because it's just so fascinating. And the story is so good and it's just so well produced that it's hard to not want to listen to it all of the time. And the second one that carried over from October is There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. This is kind of an homage to the classic slasher films of the 80s. Plot going into it because it is a slasher film essentially in book form, and so I feel like if you know too much about the plot, it gives away the twists, the turns, and the suspense of it. However, I will say that within the slasher film element of it, there's also a romance because of Stephanie Perkins. I am really enjoying it and I do plan to continue reading this in November. So I guess I just knocked the bookcase. I thought it was gonna come crashing down on me. So I guess technically this is also a carryover from October, although I didn't read very much of it in October, and that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. This is the illustrated edition by Jim Kay. I read the first one in the illustrated version last month and I really enjoyed it. I absolutely loved it. I definitely want to continue my reread of Harry Potter. They're just very cumbersome to read. They're not conducive to a comfortable reading experience. Also, if you saw last month, I posted a video in which I tried the first chapter of several books that I plan to give second chances to, and the one that ended up winning that tag, spoilers if you haven't seen that video yet, The Kiss of Deception is the book that I ended up choosing to read and complete the series, and I think I did that tag in like September, maybe early October, and I haven't yet gotten around to reading The Kiss of Deception yet. This is a trilogy that I've already started in the past. I've read the first two books of it and then never read the third one, and it's one of the books that I put in my series I am going to finish this year video. I haven't yet finished it, so I definitely need to do that very, very soon. Scarlet, when I first read it back in 2015, was my favorite of the series so far, so I'm super excited to be reading this one. I'm so excited to continue listening to this one on audio because I really enjoyed this one the first time and I can't wait to re-experience it again. I am also kind of reading Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. This is the Lunar Chronicles collection of novellas. I was just planning to read this like cover to cover as a novella bind-up. A couple of years ago when Trina from Between Chapters read the series, she made a guide on how to read the novellas in accordance with the books. And I'll go ahead and link on the screen up here because it's a fascinating video and it's exactly what I am doing on my reread. I am reading the books in the orders that she suggested doing, and so far I've been really enjoying it. After I finished Cinder, I read 3 novellas from Stars Above, and then I jumped right into Scarlet, and then after Scarlet there are a couple more that I'm going to read before I read Cress. I am liking this reading order a lot so far. And then that final book, I am currently reading Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco, which is the first book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, trilogy. I'm not sure how many books are going to be in this. This follows a young girl named Audrey Rose who is in an apprenticeship with her uncle who is a coroner? Is like a mortuary, is that what they're called? People who embalm old bodies. He embalms old bodies, dead bodies. I mean, it could be old or fresh. Off topic. And it's in the 1880s where this is like completely improper for a young teenage girl. That's about as far as I am into the novel. I have no idea how Stalking Jack the Ripper plays into this. I'm really enjoying this and I can't wait to continue reading it for the rest of the month because I think it's gonna be a good one. Those are all the books that I plan to read in the month of November. I do have a couple new releases that I want to quickly talk about. The first one is The Becoming of Noah Shaw, which is the first book in the Shaw Chronicles, Shaw Confessionals, the Shaw Confessionals, which is the spin-off trilogy to the Mara Dyer trilogy. Noah was one of my absolute favorite characters in Mara Dyer. He's a phenomenally sarcastic, witty main character, which you know is one of my favorite things about male characters, so of course I love him. It's Renegades by Marissa Meyer. Was it a duology, a trilogy? I feel like it's a duology. It has to do with superheroes and villains and two characters who are from both camps. I don't actually know the plot of this book. I just know it has to do with superheroes and villains, and I know that Renegades, I believe, are like the superhero characters, but really superheroes and villains is really all I need to know. Superheroes, buzzword, and I read what is ever described as that. Those are the two new releases that I am most looking forward to this month. Let's go ahead and talk about the TV shows that I plan to watch. Release for November, I don't have any TV shows that I am highly anticipating. Now, as for movies though, there are some good movies coming out in November and I am stoked. The first one being Thor Ragnarok. Who is excited for Thor? Me. That would be me. We haven't had a single Thor movie in many, many years. Also not seen Thor or the Hulk for quite a few movies because they haven't been on Earth. So I'm very excited to revisit both their storylines and see what they've been up to. The next movie also coming out on the same day as Thor is A Bad Mom's Christmas, which I am so excited for. I loved Bad Moms. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time. I cannot wait to see them tackle Christmas because Christmas is one of the most stressful times of year for anybody, especially for parents. And I can't wait to see how these bad moms handle that. Plus, their moms are gonna be in the film. I'm so excited. Whenever I see the previews for it, I just die of laughter because I can't wait. So that is it. Those are all of my plans for the month of November. I would love to know what you guys are doing in November. Tell me in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!